Hello, so we're going to try to get going on to day 131 of blueprints. I have to be very careful this day because I'm trying to do a thing with the Ares court that we found down in the chess puzzle. You know, we in the chess puzzle chamber down in the precipice. We successfully castled, which revealed a tunnel to a chamber that seems to be called the Ares Court, but there seems to be conditions around gaining access or, solving that room, solving the challenge or the puzzle of that room. So I need to literally not pick up allowance, first off. Secondly, I'm not even going to go to a outer room at the moment. So I need to not have I don't have any items. I think I have to have no items, no coins. I have no coins at the moment because I haven't picked up allowance, and have no gems, but I also have to have the Southern Cross in the sky. It might be disqualified for having Blessing of the Dancer. That's the mistake I may have made on day 130 is by getting Blessing of the Dancer, because that might count against me. But if I can get an observatory early on today, that should be 105 stars. That should give me Southern Cross. So we're going to try to do that. We'll do the den. We're not going to pick up the gem because we'll pick up the gem maybe later. We're just trying to get an observatory and spend an extra gem. So we'll do the commissary because it'll cost a gem. We need to get rid of an extra gem. But we're not going to buy anything. Oh, treasure trove would cost a gem. I'm going to do treasure trove. Now I have 0 gems, which would not let me do observatory. I don't want to pick up those coins. I want for later. So now I'm going to go pick up this 1 gem here in order to do the observatory. So now I'm going to go over here. I need to get an observatory and get down to the precipice before 1:30. So let's go. Well, let's do a hallway, and I won't pick up the key just yet because I don't know if it's going to count keys against me. I'm not going to do the conservatory because I don't want to spend the 1 gem I have because I need it. So I'll do the boudoir instead. I'm not going to pick up reroll dice. I'm not going to pick up that gem just yet. Courtyard. I'm really looking for the observatory. I won't pick up any items just at the moment. I will do this because it will cost a gem, but then I can pick up a replacement gem and get some rerolls to try to get the observatory. And have to get it kind of early in the day. So now I'm at 0 gems. I'm going to try to get ourselves up. Okay, so we're back at 1 gem. I'm not going to pick Banner of the King just yet because the observatory is a blue room and it should be common enough. I'm going to redraw here because it's not an observatory. Still not an observatory. So we'll do this. I have to have 1 gem for the observatory. I'm not going to pick up that shovel. Okay, that's locked. I could get a key from the hallway, but we're going to unlock it if I need to. But let's go over here. We're going to redraw. Normally I'd like a showroom. Don't want, well, I might want the option to pick up keys. We won't pick up anything yet. We can probably, I'll eat the fruit because I can have extra steps, but I'm not going to pick up those keys just yet. Dining room. Won't pick up the lunchbox just yet because it counts as an item. I really want the observatory. Ooh. It's really putting me in a difficult position. That's not an observatory, so we're going to take the gym, the gymnasium. That's fine. Oh, wait a minute. Are we not getting any sound from the game? Oh, I know why. Here, let me fix the sound for the game. Sorry. Well, I need to be able to see my mouse cursor, and it's... Okay, so I don't know why I'm not hearing the game, but apparently you are, and I'm not. Why am I not hearing it? All right, well, okay, I can't worry about that at the moment. Oh, okay, I'm hearing it. It's just it's just soft for me. Okay. Kennel is good. Well, Kennel doesn't spend a gem or dead end me. That's what makes it good. I want the observatory. Give me the observatory. Okay, that's locked. There we go. The observatory. So we get the Southern Cross, which has to be in the sky. And we'll do this. Then gain 1. So the new word is 1. I will add that to my notes. Okay. So now I have 0 gems, 0 keys, 0 coins, 0 items. Southern Cross is in the sky. Let's go. I'll deal with that later. Let's go. Let's see what time it is. We have to be there at 1:30, so in theory we have time to kill. Because it is now... 9:15. We have to be there at 1:30, so we have a lot of time to kill. I just need to kill it in a way that isn't going to disqualify me. First off, I'm not going to pick my outbuilding just yet, but I am going to go down to the precipice. I've got plenty of steps, and I'm not really trying to accomplish a whole lot else today. This is my main goal for the day. Let's see what the deal is. I may have disqualified myself by having a blessing. I probably shouldn't have done the shrine on day 130. That'll be disappointing because it's really hard to predict what day we're going to get the Southern Cross in the sky, you know? We think we know how that reads out, but I don't know what to do with it. So, it wants us to, I'd have to resolve that to look at all those clues again. I've got screenshots of them, so I'm not going to do all that all over again, I don't think. So I just have to be here 1:30-ish game time to see if anything will happen. Because here, I'll show you what I'm looking at. One moment. Let's see. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. The black key is lying with the last king of 8. Okay. The black key, I think, is the key that I need to open the special chest that's in the treasure trove when we use Blessing of the Monk to force the treasure trove to be spawned outdoors. We've done that before. We've used the Blessing of the Monk to end our day in the treasure trove. And then the very next day, choose to draft the treasure trove as our outer room. When we do that, it makes this black chest with 3 black Orindia, crests or sigils, right? Core, sigil cores appear, right? And none of the other keys or power hammer or regular hammer or Morningstar or anything we've tried has been able to open that chest. But I think the black key might open it, right? Because the black Orindia, sigils on it. So I think black key, black for Orindia, right? So I think that's I think the reward for doing this chamber, I think, is the black key, and maybe that will open that particular chest. The black key is lying with the last king of 8. Okay, so I think that's the last of the Desolate's royal line from our history of Orindia, right? It says, in Ares' court where the king now lays. Well, we're in a room with a big, stone, whatever it's called. Not coffin, but the stone thing that coffin's put inside, right? And it has the big Orindia, black Orindia crest on it. So I think this is Ares' court, and I think the last king of 8 is the guy in the crypt, right? So it says a patient figure, a reckoning great. A sullen cross is 5 stars aligned. That's the Southern Cross. And in sky above, a brilliant sign. Okay, so I think I've got that there. And then, so I've got the observatory with the Southern Cross, 5 stars aligned, right? On the sacred hour, that time-worn phrase, well, we know the sacred hour is 1:30 p.m. Will a youth, us, approach with empty arms, so I have no items, without gifts. I have, well, see, that's the part where I might have a blessing, right? And that might disqualify. Nor gold, I don't have gold, nor mannered charms. So gifts or mannered charms could refer to the blessings, and I have one, so that might disqualify me. But I don't have gems, and I don't have gold. I don't have items. Yeah, so we'll I think maybe mannered charms. Hopefully gifts refers to items, and I don't have any. Gold is gold, gold is gold, gold is coin. And mannered charms maybe is gems, and I have none of those. So if it lets me get away with having a blessing, I should be good. I just have to be here, right, at 1:30 game time. That's the thought. I'm going to move this back over to my other monitor now. Oh, and that back there, and change this back to that. Okay. So I'm here. I think I have more time to kill. So I'm going to go back up and kind of watch the clock a bit in the entrance hall, right? Because I just have no idea what the game time is while I'm down here. And if it comes and goes and I haven't, if it comes and goes and nothing happens, then I can presume that I was disqualified for not interpreting a clue correctly. Either by not having met a condition I need to meet, or because I have a blessing, right, which is basically the same thing as, not meeting a condition that was stated, right? So, but that's the Black Arindia single core thing that's on everything that we're talking about. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly go over, see what the time is like on that clock. Well, I can probably see it from outside, right? And that says it's going on 10:30. So I'm not going to do anything. I will draft this room. It's a great hall. I'll take the, great hall. That's fine. Won't do anything with it. I'm just killing time. Come over here. Quest bedroom, I can do that. I could do the rotunda, but I don't need to. I mean, it would cost 2 gems later, but, and I don't want archive, so we're just going to do this. That has a gem, but I don't need to pick it up, but I do get the steps. Okay, fine. And okay, so there's a key right there. I know this requires a key, that requires a key. So these 2 doorways up both require keys. There are 2 keys here. There's a key here, so I can get my hands on 3 keys. One of those keys is needed to open the chest right there. I could go ahead and do that, right? So let's do that. So we're going to pick up this key. which I have a key. Now I need to get rid of said key. I'm going to get rid of said key by using it in the treasure trove to read a memo that is most likely false. But we're going to get to the treasure trove note-taking mode of our notes here. So this is day 131, pink box, wavy lines. Use that key. Red memos and blue boxes are always true. Well, that's false because red memos are always false. So, yeah. Useless note. Okay. I mean, it is useless because not only is it a lie isn't necessarily useless, but it doesn't give us information we didn't already know. We know that red memos are false, so therefore red memos and blue boxes aren't always true because red memos are always false. We're not going to pick up any coins. So we're going to go back to, we've done a thing. We're just kind of killing time. We could go here, pick up this a key from here and go use it here. But see, that's burning steps. That's wasting steps. Let's not waste steps. Let's just kind of be patient. So what could we do that wouldn't waste steps? Really? Anything? Nothing really comes to mind. There's a gem into reroll die to pick up here, but I don't want to pick them up yet. There was a gem to pick up here. I don't want to pick it up yet. Keys that don't want to pick up. Lunchbox here that I don't want to pick up yet, right? Lots of coins in the treasure trove I don't want to pick up yet. Things in the commissary I could buy that I don't want to pick up yet. Let's just kind of hang out. It's maybe boring to hang out, but, you know, it's kind of the requirements of our little experiment here. You know, we were more concerned, you know, where we're going to find an observatory before it was 1:30. Since we did, we shouldn't complain about the fact that we now have to be patient and wait around. I'm going to leave that going on one monitor, and then I'm going to pull up something else on my other monitor. I'm not leaving the game, you know, or anything. I'm just checking on progress of some other YouTube uploads from Monday night's board game, which YouTube has been stuck in processing. It's like been stuck. I've tried re-uploading, I've tried re-rendering and re-uploading, and nothing's working. So that's a problem trying to troubleshoot to try to get Monday night's game night board game posted to the channel. And so I just keep checking in on YouTube's progress, and it's just stuck. I don't know if there's something wrong with the YouTube servers this week, or if I've tried re-rendering the video and that didn't fix it. So I don't know if I need to make changes to the edit, that like unnecessary changes to the edit, just to like force a different byte count, you know, like force it to render to, you know, some, you know, slightly different arrangement of bytes. I don't know what's causing it to hang. And when I try to Google, you know, what could be the problem, I don't get good answers. They're like, oh, well, if it's hung during blah, 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 you know, refresh your browser and clear your browser cache. And I'm like, it has nothing to do with my browser cache. It's processing on YouTube's side. My browser has nothing to do with YouTube processing the video. Upload, yes, but upload is done. It's the processing, right? It's stuck in processing. So all the advice that all of those links are giving about, you know, well, it's stuck in processing, and they're really meaning stuck on uploading. Do this. That's not where I'm stuck. I'm stuck where it's no longer in my hands. It's in YouTube's hands. And it's not a wrong format. It's an MP4. It's not a wrong codec. It's the same codec I always use. So it's just you know, you don't care. But we are sitting around just kind of waiting here. So I'm just talking to fill dead air, I guess, as we sit around and wait. When it gets to be like it's going on 11:30 game time, so we got 2 more hours game time. When it gets to be like 12 whatever ish, right? Like 12:45 game time at the very latest, I should head down to the precipice so that I don't miss 1:30 game time. And then just wait the rest of the time down there, right? But that's an hour and 15 minutes game time from now, which is, however, I don't know what the ratio is from game time to real world time. I could try refining notes. But I've already refined my notes. I don't know if I've got more that I can like really puzzle out of my notes at the moment. I'm kind of stuck on them. I mean, again, I'll show you here. I'll show you what I'm looking. No, I don't want to show you what I'm looking at because I want to keep my eye on the clock. Let's see. How could I do that? How could? Yeah, right. I can. I'll just briefly show you. Because we still got some time. So I've got, you know, from the secret passage, from the kennel, from the cloister statue, from the locker room note, from the black bridge note, from the chess puzzle chamber wall, from vault passport, right? We put all of that together and it kind of makes these 6 3-letter words. We know from the chess puzzle chamber wall that we're looking for 6 lines of 3-letter words, right? I just don't know what to make of this. I mean, add and 6 seems straightforward. Lore is the Eurasian word for word. Literally, lore means word in Eurasian. I don't know if Torah means anything in Eurasian. E space T could be ETT, et, which is Eurasian for east. That's my best guess. CIX is Roman numerals for 109, right? And we know they use Roman numerals because they've used them on family crests for like dates and things. But I don't know what to do with all that, you know. Roman 109, add 6, Tor, lore, east. Okay. What else we've got? I don't know what the left and right pointing hands in the foyer are pointing us to, because they're like, hey, look at this doorway in between us. I'm like, yeah, it's a doorway. Okay, what about it? Kind of figured out what the other pointing hands do. The other ones I've noticed, the 4 pointing up in the chamber of mirrors means you need to ride the platform up. This should say platform. You need to ride the platform up, which we've done. The one in the office points left right at the hidden safe, so we've done that. The one in the bedroom points down, and we've dug up treasure in that spot. And the treasure was actually not treasure per se, it was Baron Bafflers, these things, right? Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If these were all, like if this was 3 shaded blocks instead of 4, then I'd put CIX here and 6 here and, you know, and on down here, and then fill in the rest of the letters to, you know, try to make a thing, right? But that doesn't seem to be the case, so I don't know what to do there. Let's check our time. Okay, it's past 12. So soon we will be heading back down to the chamber so that we get there in time. I'm going to say actually at 12:30 I'll go ahead and head that direction. That's probably early, but I don't want to be late. I'd rather be early and just sitting around than be late and sitting around. So at any rate, yeah. Each clue is a hint for 2 different words. The word below the long word and a second smaller word found within that word, the small word. Kept behind locked doors. Oh, secret. Each letter in the small word will be included in the next clue's long word. SCALD, no. Tepid is not very hot. Informs you that there's no school today. I don't know. Anyway, back to this. Let's go ahead and head outside. I have 0 keys, 0 gems, no coins. All right, we're just going to hang out in this chamber down here. Let's see if anything magical happens. We're looking for a cutscene, I think, or something. What I'm hoping will happen is that the sarcophagus, or whatever that is, will open up and stay open so that we can retrieve the black key on a day where we could use it, you know, in the treasure trove when the treasure trove is drafted outside. That's what I'm hoping will happen, but no actual, you know, I don't actually know what may or may not happen. Okay. So hopefully I have fulfilled requirements, and we'll give it some period of time. So I'm not by nature a generally patient individual, but we're gonna do our best. We're gonna do our best. Meanwhile, I can play with the masking, show you little views of the room by confusing the masking. Aha. You can see books behind me. It's games. It's all games. No, I mean, it's books, but I'm playing games right now. Aha. There, in that position, I've basically eliminated the entire mask. You're seeing everything behind me. There we go. Look at that. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, 115 past east. So if this is east, okay. So if the clue I ciphered for the castle lane is 109 add 6 toward east, 115 toward east. $115 toward east. 115 toward east. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 80. That's 90. That's 100. Hmm. 115, 100, 109 east. So if we move the big hand around 115 toward east, and it was at 130. Toward east. What would that be? Okay, so that's where it started. $115. So that's 120 minus 5. So that's 325? Okay. So if we put the whole thing on east. Okay, then we add 115 would be 2 minus 5, so that'd be 655? Or 755. I don't know what the code is. I mean, it's not just 115, I know that, right? So it was here. I didn't realize there was another puzzle to solve. I don't know what to do here. I mean, it did reveal it. So we kind of met the requirements, but now what? So 130 minus... That's away from me. So if we go toward east, 100... Okay. 130 minus 2 is 1130. But we don't go full 120, we go 115. So that's 1135. Okay, no. $109, 109. Add 6 is 115. Is Tor like add word east, Edward at, which would be 5. That'd be 120. So it was here. Okay, what's it want? Wants a code. I think the code is what the castle clue on that broken part of the wall is giving us, which is CIX, which is 109. So let's do 109 first. See if we're supposed to do this one at a time. 109. No, okay. Add 6 is 115. Is Tor like past east? So if we go all the way over to, if we just move this to Well, we've done this, and we did 115 past east. Or is it... Oh, it might not be 115 minutes. It might just be like adding a time. So that's east. Okay, that's okay. And then add 115 would be 615. Okay, so then we go... There isn't really any way to get both the hands pointing to east. Yeah, both hands will never point to east at the same time. That's like the closest I can get. And then 115 added to this, or well, 115 added is either 720 or 640. So let's do 640 and then we'll do 720. Okay. That's where we started. I'm gonna go back and let's move my notes back over to my other screen and consult my notes. Is there something that gives me a clue about this? I'm not. I'll have to. I'm not sure, but I'll be right. I'll be right back. I'm not giving up on this yet, but there was a knock on my door. I'll be right back. Cheeky little neighborhood kid knocked on my door. Is like, trick or treat. I'm like, it's a little late to be trick or treating. He'd already gotten candy from me around actual trick or treat time, or, Halloween. And this is days after. We're in November at this point. Okay, so let's do this in stages. Can I move the hands directly? No. Okay. Let's go to 109. Because, again, I am thinking that the big puzzle, like the one I just showed you, CIX, add 6, like... CIX is 109, so that's 109. Fine. And there isn't a colon there. It's just like it looks like a digit display. So let's go with that. So 109. Then add 6 would be 15. Then toward or whatever, or like rotate or counter rotate. Like Tor is like ROT backwards, and that's how Rajan kind of works, is like if a word means something, then spelling that word in reverse means the opposite of that thing, at least with the prefixes and their suffixes. So I can see Tor being like the reverse of rot, for short for rotate or something, I don't know. And then lore is a Rajan for word. And then I think the last one, I didn't get the middle letter, but I think it's E. I'm pretty sure it's et for east, because we've got directions labeled on here. So if I go just toward east, to the word east, and click the button, right, nothing happens. Okay, so now if I go back to 109, and I go to 15, because that's 109 plus 6. Now I go the other way to east and click, oh, there you go. So yeah, Tor is just rotate backwards. In other words, rotate counterclockwise. That's what, So it's literally go to 109, add 6, which is 115. Then it is rotate backwards, Tor, rotate backwards to the word east, which is not the same thing as the Roman numeral 5, which is next to the word east, because east is written next to it. Like if that wasn't going to work, I was then going to try the Roman numeral 5, but I'd already tried that. I think we've already tried that, and that wasn't working, so I was just doing it with the word, and that seemed to have been the thing. So now we've got this, and okay. So that's a big black Eurasian key. Key varies. Cool. Awesome. So I think we have solved that. Is there anything else going on here? Oh, this would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is just telling us that we needed to solve the 3x6 matrix of letters, but we already kind of knew that. Oh, it has it here as well. But we kind of already inferred that from from out here. So the blessing, having the blessing did not work against us. But see, I kind of already inferred that this clue was what we needed to do with that clock, especially because it had Roman numerals and it had digital numbers. You know, Roman numerals like CIX, like CIX is Roman numerals, and the numbers on the clock face were Roman numerals. But the display was like, you know, Arabic numerals, and 6 is this English spelling of the, you know, of the Arabic numeral 6, right? And then it also had the directions, which made me more confident that the last one was meant to be ETT for East. So it took us a number of tries, but we got there in the end. We just had to try different permutations of interpreting this. But it wasn't about the walk away, because I didn't want to have to come back on another day to try to meet all the conditions to solve that. I don't know if it's going to go away or not, or if it's just going to stay open now that we solved it. But what I'm going to try to do is get maybe a code check and put this in code check. If I can put this key in code check, then I might be able to get it on a day in which, on a later day in which we have the we put the treasure trove outside using Blessing of the Monk, but we can't get Blessing of the Monk until after Blessing of the Dancer has expired. So we won't have it for a while, is the point, right? So now I think we can, we've got this, a key crafted from infused second era gold and soot black onyx, adorned with the original insignia of the Aries family crest. Right there. So I think this is the key that we need, the royal key that we need to do certain things. So but now we can go do other things, like draft our outer room for today, pick up our allowance, get keys, get more gems. You know, we're no longer really restricted about what we can do. Let's do shelter and look at starting today's experiment and pick up a gem from here. So pick up a gem, go here. .13 radiation, which is higher than normal, but okay. Log into network. Swan. Thursday, March 17th, 1994. I'm not even sure what the offending message means, but it does remind me of the letters I saw written on the back of the bookcase in the secret passage. Oh, okay, so if I hadn't known that there were letters on the back of the bookcase in the secret passage, this would have finally told me that. I just recently figured that out, which was very helpful to solving what we just solved. So that's actually a useful announcement. So hopefully these announcements will start getting more useful. Let's do no new electronic command. Let's do data transfers. No data transfers. No, I think it's pretty exciting. I mean, if we accomplish nothing else, well, we do need a way to secure this key. I want the code check to secure it for a future day. If we can't, then hopefully the key will return to that spot, and we can pick it up on a future day, kind of like the diary key does. Like we use the diary key in the diary, and then it goes back and it's found again in the tomb. So hopefully, because there isn't, I don't know that it would be possible for us to solve this thing that we just solved, the Ares Court thing, while having the treasure trove as our outer room. That would be a very hard situation to set up. So hopefully we don't have to do all of that in a single day. We can access that key on a future day, is what we're going to try to do. Right now, let's set up an experiment. We'll just gain random, whatever. Spend 2 more gems. Draft in a room. Sure. Okay. Experiment. Okay. Okay. I really hope we get a code check today. We can go ahead and pick up our allowance now. It's 4 o'clock already? Jeez. Okay. We can go, I think I saw like we can get a sledgehammer picked up from the courtyard, and I think we can pick up a shovel from the workshop, so I don't need to buy a sledgehammer, I don't think. Let's not buy any of that at the moment. Let's not pick up these coins at the moment, because if I get a laundry, I could turn all the coins into gems and then go pick up a bunch more coins, right? That would be a thing I could do. But let's go ahead and get a couple keys. Oh, we can go ahead and pick up this now. There's gems that in reroll dice to pick up here, keys to pick up here and here. Yeah, let's go ahead and start doing our things. Oh, I didn't want to go down there. Well, now that I have, I'll just finish. Going down this way. Oh, did I already pick up that key? I already picked up that key, so it's these 2 keys. But we'll go ahead and go to boudoir. Reroll dice. Another gem in case we get so we can afford to draft runes, trigger our experiment, maybe get a showroom. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and do. I was gonna do Banner of the King for gold, but let's try to get a code check first. So let's. Well, no, let's go ahead and do Banner of the King gold, and because there's not that many gold rooms, or shop rooms, and I kind of want a showroom sooner rather than later. Pick this up. We'll I need to go pick up the gem from the quest bedroom. Forgot to do that. I'm wasting steps. Yeah, I'm wasting steps, but that's fine. I don't need to accomplish a whole lot today. I just need basically, yeah, just a few things. Accomplished the big task for today, the big challenge that we prepared ourselves for. Chapel's fine. We'll be protected from the effects by shelter. Nothing extra to pick up here, though. But let's see if we can. Cluster of Dowja is fine here. Cloister of Dowja, I should say. We don't need to walk into it yet. Let's go here. Using our last key. That's probably a mistake. But let's go ahead and do showroom, and maybe the showroom will sell us a master key. Yeah, so let's get master key. We don't have a moon pendant, so that's fine. So we can just load up on useful items. Okay. And then... oh, we should probably get it. I can't afford a silver spoon at the moment, but I could go get money from the treasure trove and then afford it. So... huh. I really want... we need a study so that we can use gems for rerolls. Okay. Vestible's fine because we have a master key. We could do an allowance quest today, you know. Oh, we can rotate this office around. So, oh, but I want the coat check. You know what? I'm gonna do the coat check. That way I don't have to try to worry about getting it later. So, we're gonna retrieve that, and then we're gonna check Key of Aries. So the coat check has the Key of Aries, right? Cool. Oh, where's today's treasure map? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's right here. So if I got a shovel, which is in the workshop, I could dig up whatever's in the chapel. Probably should. I don't have a moon pendant, so I don't really have a reason not to pick up a shovel. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try to get enough money to then buy a silver spoon, and then we can come down here and eat before we run out of steps. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to go this way, but oh well. We'll do the passageway, that's fine. Yeah, we'll do the passageway. But I won't go there just yet. Because I really did want to go. Not here. Not there. Here. Okay. We're going down to the workshop to pick up the shovel. Then back up to chapel to dig up treasure. One, two, three, four, five. I think it's this room. E. Okay, so that's a bunch of money. All right. So now, when I go back to the showroom, I can buy this. I could buy the chronograph. More likely to draw tomorrow rooms while drafting is actually useful. So we'll do that. And now we need to go. Well, let's do these rooms, and then at some point we need to go eat with our silver spoon, and we can collect the money from the treasure trove, or some of the money, because we still might want to use a laundry to turn some of that money into gems, and then still have some money left over, or maybe all of it. I don't know. But right now, okay, we don't have a reason not to. We have a shovel, so we have no reason not to dig this up. Extra steps. Key. Okay. We want a room with an animal. This is not a room with an animal, so let's see if we can get a room with an animal. No. We could try again. In an day in the planetarium's not bad. So, but let's try for an animal. Does the clock tower count as a thing with animals? Does it have birds? It does not. I mean, it's useful to have a clock tower anyway, because that means we'll start the next day with some keys based upon the number of tomorrow rooms. And we should be drafting extra tomorrow rooms today because and we did. It has that little figure of a swan, but that's not counting. And there's apparently no live animals in here. Okay. There's no actual bats or birds in here nesting. Okay. Now we know. We don't want to freeze her right now. We might want to freeze her later, but we'll take a of these options. Let's take the rotunda. And this is a security door, which... Oh, wait a minute. How's that working? I don't have a key card. So how does the security door open? Don't have a key card. So why is the security door open? I don't know. Do the mail room. Yeah, I haven't gotten the claustrodauja to trigger all that much. Oh, I didn't mean to pick that up. I meant to pick up the gems, but regardless. So now we'll come over here. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, see, Master Key does not count as a key card, so I don't know why the door on the cloister. Oh, because I know why, kennel. Because I dug up the cloister. Because I dug in the cloister. The kennel says, each time you dig in a room, unlock all doors in that room. So that includes security doors. Oh, okay, that solves that mystery. That's why I was able to open that security door off the cloister. Okay. Makes some sense. We'll do the planetarium and just intend to end our day there. But right now, let's move this along. And do passageway is good here. I'm just kind of killing time. I don't really have any, like, now that I've secured the key and the coat check. I got the black key. I secured it in the coat check. I don't have real goals for the rest of the day, so I'm just, you know, finishing out the day. Don't mind me. I'm also hungry and want to eat in real life, so I might not be as strategic as I would be otherwise. Because I accomplished today's goal. So, all right, that's -3. Times 3 is 9, plus 10 is 19, times 1 is 19. It says I'm wrong. Okay. Oh, negative 3 times 3 is not 9, it's -9. Plus 10 is 1, times 1 is 1. Okay. This is 6 squared, which is 36, minus 2 times all of this. Well, this is 12 times 1, 2, 3, 3 divided by times Okay, so that there's 3/3, so it's just going to be 12 times 2, 24. So 36 minus 24 is 12. Okay. I really just kind of want to connect up to here so I can get back to the dining room efficiently. Aquarium is fine. Aquarium works. Get some coins. Dig up some treasure. Or dig up some, stuff. We're gonna go to the kennel, to the gymnasium. To here, to the dining room. It wants us to have an aquarium, which we've had. This will give us 60 more steps, 30 times 2. Yeah, so plenty of steps now. All right, so we're not worried about steps. Okay. So now I could go here and get stuff. Might as well. But I won't be getting in this doorway here for an allowance quest because I put a coat check right here, and that's fine. And I can't open this from here. But I can still pick up some resources, but they're not, strictly speaking, necessary resources. So is it worth the effort? That's right there. Don't be lazy. Okay. Or I shouldn't be lazy is what I'm trying to say. Oh, I won't be triggering the experiment anymore today because I picked draft a room costing 2 gems and now I have an emerald bracelet, so I'm not spending gems on drafting rooms. But oh well, that's fine. I should have picked draft upgraded room. Opening this makes no difference. Gems will basically only matter if I end the day with the freezer or if I get a study and turn them into rerolls. But we did all that. So now let's go back over to here and we can explore from these doorways. Alrighty, I was nervous about the whole situation with the... See, a freezer would be... Let's try to get a freezer later in the day. We don't want it right now. I was nervous about the whole situation with the having the blessing because I thought it might be sans everything, including sans blessings, but it let us do the Ares Court thing. That was awesome. And it took us a while to figure out. I didn't realize there was going to be I thought it was going to be sufficient to just be there with having read all the conditions, and then it would just, I thought the sarcophagus or whatever you call that was just going to like open up and then we just grab a key out of there. I didn't realize there was going to be a whole nother puzzle to solve, so I'm glad that we spent the time on the castle puzzle on the wall, which I thought was I was doing independent of the other thing, but I should have known better. I should have realized that they would probably be related. But I'm glad we had that information ready to try to work it out, even though it took numerous attempts to actually apply it. Okay, 16 divided by 8 is 2. Okay. 20 minus 4 is 16, rounded to the nearest 10 is back to 20. Minus 12 is 8, rounded to the nearest 10 is 10. Minus half of 7 is 3.5, so 10 minus 3.5, rounded to the nearest 10, is still back to 10. Okay. Oh, we like the idea of the laundry room. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the laundry room. And then what I will do is I'll go pick up the treasure from the treasure trove, which I should have done already, but I hadn't. So we're gonna go. I should have done that when I was like over here. I should have just ducked into here but I didn't. Okay, so we have to go back for it now. Okay. So we're gonna go down here to here to here to here. And the deal is we want to pick up a lot of these coins, but maybe not all of these coins. Because we're going to swap our coins for our gems and have a lot of gems. And maybe end the day with the freezer. But we might still want to buy some stuff today. So we might want to come back for some of these coins after we do the swap. Okay, we'll leave that pile there. Then we will come. Well, I'm right by the commissary. Is there anything I want to buy at the commissary? Not at the moment. Not necessarily. Okay. Alright, so we go over here. We're gonna spin cycle, swap our gems and our coins. And the reason why we want a lot of gems is because if we do freezer is going to be useful for the gems because we already have a super high allowance of like 160 coins. So we don't really need to freeze a bunch of coins. We just need to freeze a bunch of gems, right? So, because we won't have the emerald bracelet tomorrow necessarily. So now if we get a freezer, you know, but we don't want a freezer until we've dragged. Well, yeah, we could freezer because I don't need gems. Yeah, so if we get a freezer, I can freezer because I don't need gems to draft rooms because I have the emerald bracelet. Yeah, okay. So next time the freezer comes up, we'll just pick it. It'll be fine. Let's go pick up the rest of the coins from the treasure trove. And then come back over like either to here, use the rotunda to get to here, or back over to like here. This is a doorway. This is the doorway. I could go outside to make these two doorways by coming up the foundation. Actually, I can't come up the foundation because I don't have a way to do security doors at the moment. It's my one weakness today, but that's fine. So we pick up the rest of these coins now. And that's still a decent amount of coins to let us buy things if we decide we need to buy things. Let's go. Let's go back to the rotunda. I know I'm losing 2 steps every time I go through the gymnasium, but we're going to go back to the rotunda because the rotunda we don't want sat in this position until we go to the planetarium at the end of the day. I'm going to turn the rotunda around one more way because I want it to be actually connecting here to here, because I think I'm going to come back this way towards the end of the day. I don't want to have to come here and go all the way back over here to get back into the rotunda kind of thing. Okay. Foyer doesn't really do anything for us other than, can we figure out what the deal is with those stone hands? Gift shop definitely doesn't do anything for us, so we'll just take the foyer. It's fine. Yeah, why are these hands pointing at each other? Like, I mean, they're pointing at the door between them maybe, but what makes that door more special than other doors is the question, right? I do not know. Unless we're supposed to put the foyer room in a specific place to make this doorway line up with some other room, and that does something magical. I do not know. But all the other stone hands kind of meant something, so I'd be surprised if this pair did not mean something. I just don't know what that something is. Oh, I'm getting glare. It's getting harder to see. I cannot do the one door. I can't do this door, essentially, because, yeah. Okay. Well, I don't want to do that. I want to go here. And then go here, and then we'll go over to here. This is basically our only doorway in the house right now because I can't get through this doorway, so this is it right here. We'll do a pool because that would let me get a sauna, and it gives me chest that I can bust open. I'm liking the sauna more and more these days. Having the extra 20 steps is, beginning of the day with that extra 20 steps is a real relief. Remember when we started the game we only had 50 steps, and now if we get a sauna, now we have 70 base, and if we get a sauna we have 90, which is significant, you know. Don't have a study, so I can't use gems for rerolls. I can use them for rotations. Okay, so this is where I could end the day with the freezer. Or I could try to get some more tomorrow and try to get the freezer again later in the day. Ooh, tough call. I think I'll just go ahead and take the locker room and try to get the freezer later because I want a sauna. I want it all. I want a sauna and a freezer. So let's take the locker room for now. It gives us a way to spend some keys. Hopefully on gems is what we really want to see. Gems or yeah, or fruit, you know, steps. Okay. Go over here and I think I recall that I skipped this one. I'm not going to look it up. It doesn't matter that much. Oh. And then I can do the all this entire row, I think, or maybe. I might have that wrong. Yeah, no, I think I can. Gems. And we'll keep a key for giggles. Might as well take the free running shoes. Okay. Well, I don't want to end the day, so let's do reading nook. Magnifying glass, we'll go ahead and pick up. I don't know if we need it, but got it. Sauna, but if I get that sauna, I will not be, I won't have a freezer. I don't have rerolls. So if I take one of these two rooms, I will get to draft here. But if it's not a sauna or a freezer, then I'll kick myself. I really should have taken the freezer when I had the opportunity. Yeah, because without rerolls, at this point, I just should have taken the freezer when I had the opportunity. Oh well. Live and learn. But I can do this trick with turning money into gems on a future day. My allowance is so high right now that that's... And, you know, I made the laundry room common enough that we can do that pretty readily. So we'll take the sauna. That'll end our day. Well, we'll go to the planetarium, but, you know, that'll be the last room we can draft today because we don't have a way to get past the security door right here. So let's make our way to the planetarium, which is basically just going back to the rotunda and then flipping it back around to the planetarium. All right, we'll spin this back around the planetarium. I don't think there's anything else we need to do. Or can do, really. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're done. And I'm hungry. But we did accomplish our big goal for today. All right, so we're going to call it a day here in the planetarium. We got the black key, which will hopefully should go into. I'm pretty confident that will be the key we need to get into the special treasure chest in the treasure trove. But we have to get the treasure trove drafted outside first, which requires several more days to get past the blessing of the dancer, then get the shrine again, then choose the blessing of the monk, then draft the treasure trove in the regular part house, then in our day there, so that we can then get the treasure trove outside, and then get the code check to get the key to then use in that chest. Meanwhile, we also want to get the tomb at the same with a magnifying glass and a power hammer. So those are the different things we're going to be working on going forward. But let's go ahead and call it a day right now. Our stars are at 107. Alrighty, cool. So we are at, or this was day 131, Mount Holly Lavish Shopping Center of Tomorrow. 4 shop rooms, 7 tomorrow rooms, total rooms 41. Rank reached 9, steps taken 153, items found 8, but most importantly, we solved the area court challenge and got the black key, which we have stored in the code check room. And then we have a clock tower, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have like 7 tomorrow rooms, so we should start the next day with 7 additional keys with 20 additional steps. We then get to do a freezer, so we won't have additional gems, but our allowance is at like 160. So okay, alrighty. Well, thank you guys for being with me for day 131. We'll see you back for day 132. But it was a good day. We accomplished our big objective for the day. Awesome. Alrighty. Have a good one, guys. Bye.